Hi guys, welcome to Reality React channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing Married at First Sight Mzansi reunion, and they were addressing the issue. I'm gonna give a summary of what happened. So Kuto and Dee were the first couple to reflect and to be asked the stuff that they were asked. But what's surprising about this reunion is that the issue that were addressed in the previous episode, where they were reflecting on their recommitment, where they were reflecting on how they're staying together and all of that, is still the same issue that were addressed by Ntombi, who is the host, and also the experts themselves. And there were like extra things that were added, like obviously, so that it doesn't remain the same thing. And it has been 9 months since the last recorded. So, and we find that there is all of the three couples. We have the three couples, and we have Tami in Dubai and Z on her own here at the show, and they were connecting with Tami via video call, and Kuto and Dee are still living together, and they are managing their issue around her baby daddy, and they still address the jokes that they were doing with each other, like during the show, the stuff that happened in the show. And also it's a bit, and now it seems like Kuto is out of his shell. Like he's talking for himself without being probed, or he's going deeper into things. It seems like he has built himself, and now he's that person who's able to stand on his own. And we move to the next couple, which is Z and Tami. And Z and Tami have been through a lot. Z felt like her partner that was chosen for her was not good for her, and she felt like maybe the experts chose that partner for her so that they can get a good show, which means that they could get better ratings and stuff like that. It could feel like that, but also I feel like maybe Tami didn't know didn't know himself to that deeper level, and to know that he doesn't know himself to that deeper level. When they asked him what he could have done better in this relationship, he couldn't answer to save himself. That's what I'm trying to say, that it seems like Tami does not know much about himself. So maybe in the answer and questions that they were giving to the people who were applying to be in this show, he was part of the people that indicated that they are good, yet they are not that good for the show. But it is what it is. So they are still together. And there was an issue where Z and Tami were no longer together, and then they got back together because Tami got into an accident, or they were trying to work things through, and then he got into an accident while they were working things through, and Z was the one, and I mean their parents decided that this house, or her mom's house, is the better place for them to be in, so that they could for Tami to be in, so that they could take care of him as a family, and it helped them in that case. So while he stayed at Z's house, he was being looked after by her mom and his siblings. And then while during that whole process, he was not being a good husband to Zitobile. He was just there as a guest or whatever that was happening, and they were drifting apart. So Zitobile explained what led to them being like that, and he couldn't see what role he had played. So it seems like he's not self-aware, or maybe, okay, he mentioned that maybe he had a brain issue, or because of the accident he couldn't see what he could have done differently to make sure that the relationship was better then. So when she got chased out, he started blaming her and saying that you didn't address me properly, you were not there for me in that way. And if someone looks at it from outside, they would think that she was wrong. He's right by saying that he was just from an accident, but it's not the case. For me, I think that he was wrong. He should have addressed this in a better way and say that this is what happened, and Zitobile and family took care of me, and when it was my turn to show the relationship At one point during the whole show, he was even asking for Zitobile for a love back. So it's just a weird thing happening with him. And when they were addressing their relationship, Boitepo kept chipping in. When you say, yo, you're getting irritated, and he's busy saying that this man unempakamo, he doesn't see other people just because he's a breadwinner at home, that he thinks that he's better than everyone else in around his life. So I think that Boitepo was wrong for doing that, but maybe she was feeling sorry for her friend, and she thought that she should be the one that stand in the way and indicate that it's wrong and try and hold Tami accountable for his actions. But I think that maybe because he was sick, Zitobile and family could have cut him some slack. But she's saying that when he got better, he just became himself all over again, started ignoring him and stuff like that. Also on the issue of Zitobile saying that the experts chose Tami for her, or based on to get ratings. They also addressed her and told her that that was not the case. That guy tried to assure her and say that they were not trying to take advantage of her, because that's basically it. If she's saying that they chose her, Tami, for wrong reasons, it means that they were trying to take advantage of her and make a show out of her instead of finding her a man. But yeah, I mean, I feel I don't know. I can't tell if Tami was not okay in this show, or he was just performing, or maybe he was drunk or something. Because I sometimes I'm like, is it that Ziamshia or Bezimshile when he was in an accident? Like, I'm trying to get what is happening, because at one point he said in Gondo Iabuya, and I'm like, man, are you sure that your brain was out, or you were out of it to that extent that you were not connecting properly, or you were not fully yourself? So, and also they moved to Sebenzile and Witepo. With Sebenzile and Witepo, they don't give us a show. They are just the same issue of him having feelings for his ex, and man, they're like a bit boring of a couple. But not boring. I mean, maybe they are like a healthy side of things. I don't know, but it seems like something is brewing in there, because they were not. You know how the other couples that are still in the relationship, how they were sitting next to each other, so close to one another, but now they kept a space between them. It just means that maybe something there is happening in their relationship. I do not know, but yeah, because they don't tell. The only time could tell if they let people in. Like, let's say, with Hepo started, because people were suggesting that she start a YouTube channel, because on TikTok she's there, like, and then she's saying that people are suggesting that she start a YouTube channel and do vlogs. Maybe then we might find out if she's an open person. But it seems like Witepo knows how to guard her information. And also Sebenzela is still on that. So they address the issue of them having feelings for his ex, and he still says the same thing that he said the previous time. So there's nothing really that's happening. The only thing that's new in their relationship is that they moved together to Cape Town, and the fact that they have been staying together all along. And I think sometimes the therapists are trying too much to therapize issues. I mean, it's not a big deal that he said the way Sebenzile is mentioning that he still has feelings for his ex. He clarified it so many times. It's clear for everyone to see that it's not feelings that he has for his ex, even though it's only one ex that he has been in a relationship with for so long. It doesn't mean anything for this relationship, according to how I understood what he said. And when we move to the last couple, Kumo and Tabang, they've been sitting next to each other for the whole time, and they look perfect for each other, according to Tombi. She says that they are a perfect match, and Kumo indicates that they are still together, and they've been together since the show. They tried to break up for like a few hours, and then they worked their issues together. And yeah, they are still together. Nothing much is happening there. They've worked through their issues. They have worked through their issues of having of them cheating or whatever. But I feel like these hosts, or I think the hosts, are not trying to dig deep into these relationships. Like how these people are still not married, all of them, and the show is Married at First Sight in Mzansi. I mean, they could have tried to get men and women who were ready for marriage, so that we can show them how it's done. Like, as much as they keep addressing each and every one of them, like asking them, are you guys ready for lobola? This was the part of supposed to be part of the questions. Because I mean, all of these people that are in this show, they are black. They are supposed to, well, according to me, they're supposed to believe in this lobola thing. And I think they do. That's why when they are asked, they keep saying not yet. But it's been almost a year since they have met their wives. I don't get why these people are not like that. And then they, at the end of the show, they address the not they address they played some sort of like a game for for these couples, in terms of to choose who is the best and who is the worst couple amongst asking each and every person. So there are 8 people. So he says that they first asked Kuto, and Kuto said that he would have chosen Zitobile, and his wife is shocked. And Dee says that she would have stayed with Kumo. Z said that she would have left the experiment. Sebenzile says that he would still have chosen Boitshepo for himself if the expert didn't choose her for him. Kumo says that she would have chosen Tabang for herself, and because she likes his body type. And the worst and the best for these couples is that for Zitobile, she thinks that Sebenzile and Boitshepo are the best, and she thinks that and Rikuzo and D are the best because of she likes their cuteness, and Z and Tami are the worst according to Zitobile. And D, she thinks that Kumo and Tabang are the best, and Tami and Zitobile are the worst. Sebenzile thinks that Kumo and Tabang are the best, and Zitobile and Tami are the worst. And then Boitshepo thinks that D and Kuto are the best, and then Z and Tami are the worst. And Kumo thinks that D and Kuto are the best, and Z and Tami are the worst. And Tabang thinks that Tabang and Kumo are the best, even with their flops, and Z and Tami are the worst. And Tami thinks that Tabang and Kumo are the best, and he and himself and Z are the worst. And you know, he also mentioned that he thinks, so this is the part where it made me wonder if he was performing or not, when he said that Tami doesn't like, I mean, that he doesn't like Sebenzile's wife at all. Like he kept saying bitter things and not some nice things about Boitshepo and things like that. And he kept like he's just performing, he's just being weird, and they tried to kuza him and said that he should try and seek help, because his utterances and the things that he has been doing throughout this show indicates that he might be needing some help, and maybe he should be seeking help if he was not performing. And that's it. That's the summary for me. Thank you, guys. I'll see you next time when I try and break down. So I'm gonna take two couples two couples. The first one, I'm gonna have one of their episode, and then the second couple, I'll have their episode on their own. Thank you.